Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody this morning? Happy hump day. Um, for those of you who may not be aware, today is National Candy Corn Day. So it's just amazing the fascinating things I learned from Alexa. She told me that this morning. So, National Candy Corn Day. So we've got Mr. Javi in the house this morning. Hitch Hamilton watching again. Thank you, Hitch. Steve Gronsky says I'm here bright and early. Well, early anyway, yeah. Kevin Els watching again from South Africa. Thank you, Kevin. Troy Pritchard's in the house. How you doing? Larry Galt. Good morning to you, Larry. Janet Moore's in the house this morning. How are you, Janet? She says I'll stick with chocolate. Yeah, chocolate's a little better than the candy corn. Although candy corn's not bad. I don't know if I could eat much of it these days, but yeah, not too bad. So yeah, happy Hump Day, everybody. Tomorrow's Halloween. I tell you, I just cannot believe how fast this year has gone by. They always say, the life's like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. And man, ain't that the truth? Because the days just seem to fly by for me. Good morning, George. It says we got rain this morning in Michigan. We've got rain this morning here in Georgia as well. Looks like it's going to be kind of gloomy. I mean, it's really gloomy today, even worse than yesterday. Ronald Cool in the house. How you doing, Ronald? Dave Clemens is in the house. Good morning to you, sir. Tomorrow's Halloween. How many of you are going to go out trick or treating or go to a Halloween party? I guess that's kind of still a thing. I never have been one to go to, grown up Halloween parties and dress up and stuff. I've never been into that, but some people are. But let's see, we got Ron Coffee. Whoop, I missed him. Ron Coffee in the house. Greg says handing out candy. Yeah, I don't have any trick or treaters here. This street has never had, ever since I moved here, there's never been really any young kids. I think maybe that first year or two I had a handful, and then being down here on the end of a cul-de-sac, most people, if they know it's just old folks down there, they don't bother coming down here. So I usually don't even buy any candy because I don't. Every time I do, I don't have anybody show up, and then I end up having to eat the candy, and I don't need it. So Clyde Labonte, good morning from Canada. Raining here too. Yeah, it must be raining everywhere. Jim Jones in the house. Good morning, Jim. How you doing? Larry says no kids here either. Yeah. Ron says, is the rain in Arkansas ever going to quit? I don't know. Must be raining pretty much everywhere, I guess. Except for California, where they could use some rain with those fires out there. Taking granddaughters around the lake for trick or treats. Okay. It's a parade here. You have to get a pass to get in. All righty. Speaking of Halloween, let's see, Mr. Senecola's in the house. Good morning, Jim. David Crook, good morning from Charlotte. Speaking of Halloween, how many of you, this is kind of a serious question now, so I don't know if y'all are ready for this or not, but how many of you would take your kids or your grandkids or anybody's kids for that matter, how many of you would take them to trick or treat at a house where you knew a sex offender lived, somebody that's a registered sex offender that's on, that list? How many of you would feel comfortable taking your kids, or even down the street where you knew that there was a registered sex offender on that thing? All right, let's see. Frankie says, morning. How you doing, Frankie? Larry Galt says, whoop, I miss him. Nope. Hitch says, no way. Troy says, nope, not a chance. Steve Groundstreet, no way. Okay, well, that's kind of the responses I thought I would get. I mean, that's, kind of common sense. So, but I want to tell you a little story. There's a county right next to me. I live here in Henry County, and there's a county called Butts County, Butts. Don't ask me how they got the name. I don't know. But anyway, it's called Butts County. And they've been in the news lately, may even be on the national news. I don't know, but they've been in the news a little bit because the sheriff of Butts County had his deputies going around and putting these posters that they had made up that said no trespassing at this house. And let's see, I was trying to see what he said. How many times? Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Jim says, how many times do you think you have gone to houses like that without even knowing? Yeah. It's only the ones that have been caught so far, I guess. But anyway, so this sheriff had these posters made up. Said, no trespassing at this house. And he had his deputies go around and put them in the yards of the known sex offenders, the people that are on the registered sex offender list for Butts County. Well, wouldn't you know it, 3 registered sex offenders decided that their rights were being violated. So they went to court and, the judge sided with the sex offenders and said, okay, they, ruled against the sheriff and said, no, you can't put those things up. So this is just a public service announcement. If you're planning on trick-or-treating in Butts County, I don't know, better be really careful and go find wherever they put that list on the internet and make sure you know. But I just thought that was, well, I don't know. I probably can't say what I really think, but it doesn't surprise me that the judge would side with the bad guys. They do that more and more these days. But anyhow, Troy says he's seen that. Yeah, I figured it might have made the national news in some other places. David Jones says, here, the registered sex offenders have to go to the sheriff's department during the Halloween trick-or-treating time period. Yeah, I've heard of that. There's a few places that do that. Yeah, justice for criminals. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm not, what's the words I'm looking for? I'm just totally disgusted at the way some of the things go these days. It's like, if you're a registered sex offender, I think you kind of lost some of your rights, but apparently everybody doesn't agree with me. Hi, Joe. How you doing? Joe, by the way, I still haven't got your guitar shipped yet. I just want to let you know I hadn't forgot about it. I got to dig out the Michigan plate and get it restrung up and stuff, and I'll be getting that off to you here in the next few days. Just want to let you know I hadn't forgot. Just don't do it. Grocery store has tons of candy. Yeah. Just as I work in prison, don't ask me my views. Yeah. Um, yeah, so that's just one of the crazy things I've been seeing on the news. Um, Another thing, sometimes I hate to even admit this, but sometimes I actually question my own sanity a little bit. Um, I was looking at of all things toothpaste the other day. I just got my hey, Big Ray in the house. How you doing, Ray? Glad you stopped in and said hello. Now get to work. Go go fix Danville. Yeah, just kidding, Ray. Um, but yeah, I was looking at toothpaste the other day, and I've been picking up tubes of toothpaste for over 60 years now, and the other day something just dawned on me. I don't know why it took me 60 something years to notice it, but we live in a right-handed world. The majority, I don't know what the actual percentage is, but I know that left-handers are in a minority. But I had a brand new tube of toothpaste, so I pulled it out of the box. And since I'm right-handed, I always hold the toothpaste. I should have brought one in here, but I always hold the tube in my left hand towards the bottom where I'm going to be squeezing at. And since I'm right-handed, I use my right hand to take the cap off. Well, I noticed, after all these years, I looked down and I got a different kind of toothpaste. So that's why I was trying to read the thing. Well, if you hold it that way with the cap to the right, where you're going to undo it with your right hand, the label's backwards. So it made me think, wow, is that weird, or is that how all toothpaste is? So I looked. I mean, you can Google toothpaste and then hit images and see, Crest and Colgate and 4011 other brands of toothpaste, but they're all that way. So it's almost like when you're holding it to read, the squishy end would be in your right hand, and the cap would be on the left side. And to me, that just makes toothpaste left-handed to me. I know. So you see why I now question my sanity sometimes. Why would I think about toothpaste like that? But I don't see any comments. Y'all are probably scratching your head going, yeah, this guy is nuts. He's talking about left-handed toothpaste. Joe says, I never read a toothpaste label. Don't they all say put on brush? Yeah. Well, yeah, but you actually squeeze the toothpaste with the right hand after opening. That's why the label is that way. Well, I don't, Hobby. That's why I'm saying maybe I'm a weirdo. I squeeze with my left hand, hold my toothbrush in the right hand, and I'm taking my cap off with the right hand. Because when I'm having to do threads, it's more natural to me to use my dominant hand, which is the right hand. Because if I go to do it with my left hand, I'll probably do the wrong way. The old lefty loosey, righty tighty thing. So Ray Ray says you need more coffee. Yeah, no doubt I do, Ray. Thank you. I'm not sure what's Hobby say. He says R used to work in advertising. I'm not sure what. I mean, it must be the correct way because everybody does it. Maybe I'm just. He says, I'm with you, Dave. I'm right-handed for everything. Yeah. Like I said, to me, it's just natural to hold it in my left hand and take the cap off with my right hand. But when you do that, everything's backwards. It doesn't work that way. You have to be holding it with the cap towards your left hand to be able to read the label. So I'm going to call it left-handed toothpaste. You can call it what you want, but I think whoever invented toothpaste must have been a southpaw. That's what I'm saying. Never thought about it. Well, I bet you will now when you go brush your teeth. I bet you'll be looking about that, and you can thank me. So do I. I squeeze with the left. Deep thoughts. Yep. See, that's the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night. Careful, Dave. They'll put you in a round padded room and tell you to go sit in the corner. Yeah, they might. I'm right-handed. Squeeze with right, then brush with right. Okay, so if you're squeezing with your right hand, you're holding the brush in your left, and then you got to switch to brush. I know it, Steve. That's how I roll, man. Deep thoughts. I also unscrew the cap with my right hand, but then I switch hands to pour the toothpaste. Toothpaste is not the only thing that way. Tubes of all sorts. Yeah, well, I guess some of it is because the cap of the toothpaste, we're getting into a deep subject there. The cap of the toothpaste, I guess, would be considered the top of the tube. And then, of course, we read from left to right. So Jim Sinicola is backing me up here. He said, I just did it, and I do it the same way you do, old school. Yeah. But I don't know why it took me 60-something years of doing that to figure out that, hey, wait a minute, I can't read this because it's backwards. Weird. Just weird. Which way do you put the toilet paper roll? Well, of course, over the top. Any other way is just wrong. I just looked at another tube of stuff and saying, yeah, maybe that when they make tubes, I'm going to start looking now. Every time I get something in a tube, I'm going to be looking at that to see. Barry says, I use a flip top. Now, okay. Ray says, dentures, don't worry about, soak them overnight. Yeah. Well, then then you don't have to worry about that, the left-handed toothpaste. So Joe says, so is it backwards in other countries that read right to left? That's a good question. If I Googled it and found a picture, though, I wouldn't know whether it's right to left or left to right because I can't read anything but English. Over the top. I even change friends. TP direction. Yeah. It just makes sense to put it over the top to me. I don't. Got Bob Sims in the house from Inverness, UK. Welcome, Bob. You just missed the exciting left-handed toothpaste conversation. There's gonna be some people that catch that part. They're gonna be going Googling left-handed toothpaste. Yeah, that's just, like I said, that's just the kind of stuff I think about sometimes. Just weird stuff. But you don't own a cat. Cats love toilet paper. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I don't own a cat, probably. Cats are fine as long as they're somebody else's. I like my neighbor, the house across on the other side of the cul-de-sac. They have a black cat. Drives my two dogs nuts. And they let me check something here. Yeah, I guess I turned that off. But I like the cat. I mean, I don't like when it comes over and it jumps on my truck and leaves its, muddy paw prints all over my truck and poops in my yard and all that stuff. But I did have rats. It's been a few years back now. Because of my chickens, there would always be chicken feed there. And, that cat come over here. I know it had to be the cat because nothing else really changed, but they all just disappeared. I was setting some traps and catching some right out there by the chicken coop. And, and I'm like, man, this is going to get bad. And then all of a sudden, I guess that cat figured out there was some free meals over here. And they all disappeared. No more rats. So let's see. They make a left-handed toothbrush. Yeah, okay. Bob says that's only in the southern hemisphere. Too deep for my first cup of coffee. Better go fix another one. Yeah. Well, see, I'm already almost done with my second one here. So, I'm sorry if I got too deep there with the left-handed toothpaste. So what's everybody got planned for tomorrow, Halloween? Anybody trick or treating? Are you taking your kids out? Going to sit at the house and give all the little Rugrats candy and stuff. Like I said, I don't even buy candy. I usually don't have anybody come down here. Me and all of my other neighbors, we don't even turn our lights on. So I guess if they do think they're going to come down here, they'll look and see that nobody's porch light is on. And Barry says, I have squirrels that eat right besides my chickens. Yeah, I got a ton of squirrels. Chipmunks, too. They're all over the place. And, I was telling you guys the other day, I was out there around my fire pit burning up my scraps. And I have I call it my backyard, but it's not really a backyard because it's almost like a woods. I've got really big, 60, 70 foot tall oak trees and stuff like that. Well, when you're outside and those squirrels are up there in those trees running around, you got to be careful because they shake loose them acorns. And man, those things, my shop building and my other storage building over there both have metal roofs, and you'll hear wham, and that's what it is. It's those acorns falling and hitting them. But yeah, you got to be careful when you're out there standing under a tree because those squirrels will knock those acorns loose. So let's see here. Joe Downard says it's going to rain. Yeah, that the weather lady was talking about how it's probably going to be pretty lousy weather for trick or treating, at least here in this area, Metro Atlanta. Dave Matthews says we've been in this house for 4 years and nobody has been here yet. Yeah. You're slow. Already drank a pot. Yeah. I don't drink a whole lot. Usually 2 cups. It's just got a good idea. Play Dark Side of the Moon outside. Yeah. Turning off the lights and locking the gate. Happy Halloween. Yeah. Jim says, I have a neighbor with 3 cats that keep the chipmunk population down. Yeah. Got to go adulting. Enjoy your coffee. All right, Jim. Thanks for checking in. Be sure and check your toothpaste later. Let me know if you've got the left-handed toothpaste. Frankie CNC, I have walnut trees and them hurt falling from the top. Yeah. Janet also has walnuts. Contingency, if they show, I will have one ginormous bag to hand out. Yeah. I don't even have anything to give them. I'd have to give them my my spare packets of ketchup and stuff from that I get left over from fast food places. So no trick-or-treater's going to walk up 1,000-foot hill for candy, so I don't expect any. Yeah, you're probably pretty safe then. George says he's down 2 cups. All righty. Well, getting on the bottom of the hour here, so guess I'll think about wrapping this one up. We've had a pretty good crowd over here today. I think I've covered all the important news and some not so important. But don't forget, it's National Candy Corn Day. Yeah, that's Alexa tells me that it's funny because when I get up in the morning, of course, I really enjoying her playing music as my alarm now instead of that thing. So I'm really liking that. But then when I wake up, I'll say, Alexa, good morning. And she'll say good morning. And she always has some little tidbit of, on this day and such, something happened. But today it was letting me know that it's National Candy Corn Day. So let's see here. Have a good one, Ray. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Be safe at work. Hope you have a good one. I just make Hitch's Alexa go off. Sorry, man. Here's 61 and rain at 4 p.m. Yeah. Yeah, it says Game 7. Is that tonight? Game 7. I caught a little bit of Game 6 last night. In fact, I just turned it on as I went to bed, and I thought I'll set the sleep timer and watch a little of that. But yeah, it's weird how the visiting team is the one that's winning everywhere. So, in fact, I think I heard him talking last night that if the Washington Nationals win Game 7, that would mean that the visiting team won every single game in the World Series, and I don't think that's happened before. So that's weird. But yeah, the Nats had it going on. Who are you for, Hitch? Do you have a favorite, or do you just not care? I don't really care, but they're two pretty good, evenly matched teams, I think. Yeah, Earl says, yeah, nobody's won at home yet. Oh, Hitch is wanting the Astros. Okay, well, they're going to have to break the trend then and win at home. So, let's see. David Crook says, why don't squirrels, a.k.a. tree rats, have natural predators? I mean, I do have neighbors that have really big cats. Well, if those neighboring cats aren't working on the squirrel population, then they must be getting well fed by your neighbors then. Bob Sims here says he wants to ask a serious question. This isn't a serious show, Bob. But yeah, go ahead and ask. And we'll see if we see if it warrants an answer. So I'll give him a minute to do that. Yeah, but I didn't realize it was tonight. I guess I should have, because I may try to watch some of it tonight then to see, because it'll be interesting. I knew it was going to be a CNC question. And there's the time. We're all out of time, folks. So I thank you all for tuning in here for this morning's edition of the coffee session. And Ted Kruger says, I have 2 owls that get my squirrels. Yeah, that's really a natural predator of squirrels, is owls. And they're just hard to catch. I've got 2 big old dogs, and the squirrels are so fast, and they can jump and hit way high up on a tree. And so it's, George says, every time you mention Alexa, my machine goes off and you're starting a worldwide event with Alexa. Time to print out Gatton CNC paperwork. Y'all have a great day. Yeah. You guys shouldn't tell me that your Alexas are going off, because I'll unplug mine and mention Alexa every other word here. Or tell her to do something really annoying like it just went off again. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. It's about 9, a little after 9:30. So we're going to wrap this one up. Tomorrow is Thursday, and I'm going to, last Thursday I did, I think it was last Thursday I did it, or I did some old pictures, the Throwback Thursday deal. I think I'm going to try that again. So if you want to see some old Throwback Thursday pictures, tune in tomorrow morning at 9, bring your coffee, and we will see you then, I guess. So everybody have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow.